Hey, this is Kevin from Real Boring Flips, and you are not going to believe what I just ended up with in this haul. I'm just leaving Goodwill now. I went in twice just because it filled up the cart. So I've got to run to the post office and UPS to drop off some stuff. But when I get home tonight and get this stuff brought into the apartment, I'll do a quick video. You're not going to believe this. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm back at the apartment and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm not going to delay what I told you in the teaser. But I will tell you first that I had originally intended on going to an estate sale today, right after work. I wasn't going to go back to Goodwill because yesterday, if you saw my video from yesterday, I got some great board games. And as I thought about it some more, I thought, I wonder if I only got part of this donation. Because these were great games. I got this Axis and Allies Pacific. I got the Grateful Deadopoly. I got a nice Risk special edition. And so I ended up going back to Goodwill today as soon as I could after work. And I ended up having to go back out to my car to unload and then went back in for another load. This was incredible. So I'll start off with the first thing I got. I typically go right into the store, head right to the back of the store where the electronics are, and they have them on one side, they got the smaller stuff, and then on the other side they got the bigger stuff, TVs, receivers, that kind of stuff. So I went to the small side, didn't see anything special, went to the big side, nothing in particular, but I didn't even really look at it, I just grabbed it. Now this is an antenna tuner, and what caught my eye was this MFJ. So I've sold MFJ ham radio equipment before. It always sells great. This was $12.99, this antenna tuner preamp, and this will sell no problem 70 bucks. There's two listed now, 3 have sold in the last 90 days. So that'll be a nice, probably quick flip as well. So $12.99 to 70. From there I went to the games, or the toys. So this Goodwill has 2 different toy aisles. One is like the stuffed animals, or some people call that plush. Out here we call it stuffed animals. So all that kind of stuff. I usually like to go to the other aisle first because they have the bagged toys. So I just scan through the bagged toys for anything. Like I've gotten, big bags of micro machines, that kind of stuff, or even vintage Hot Wheels. So I kind of scanned there, and there was a guy in the aisle, and he was actually sitting on the floor almost, and he had a couple of board games out, and he was scanning back and forth, looking in the box, looking in his phone, looking in his box, and I thought, great, this guy's already got them. So I just kept my eye on him, and I finally just thought, well, I'm just going to see if I can crowd him out, because not rudely, but just kind of start looking myself. So I kind of started pulling stuff off the shelf right about where he was, and he started sliding down. And so I grabbed a couple things, went towards the end of the aisle where the bag stuff was to give him a little space. And I kept watching what he was doing. I couldn't see what games he was looking at, but I kept watching him. And so I kind of looked through the ones I had. They were okay, nothing special though. I mean, they weren't going to be big flips. So as he was still kind of looking, I found actually this, which I did end up getting. Now normally I pass this stuff up, and this one was actually $20. It's not new. The cards are used in here. But what kind of caught my attention was, if I can get this open, was the fact that it has a bunch of add-on card sets. So I won't open it. There's like about 5 or 6, I think 6 add-on card sets in the packages inside here. So I'll probably be able to sell, maybe put the whole thing together and probably get 50 bucks. I paid 20 for this. So I almost put this back once I got the rest of the stuff, but I thought it's still probably worth it. So I noticed the guy finally left. He put everything back on the shelf and left. So I went over immediately, grabbed everything I saw him looking at. I pulled it out, started going through it. And at one point I even thought to myself, I'm doing exactly what he did. I'm looking at this and not finding anything really worth flipping. I don't know if he was a reseller, but I assume he was, just because he had his phone out. I ended up putting those back. So I had this, I had the MF, the antenna tuner, and then I picked this one up. And it was on the shelf really right next to what he was looking at. And I was kind of blown away by this, because when I opened it, you know, it's brand new, not punched. Everything is good in there, and super clean. I mean, this is like I'll just show you, like the directions. I mean, super nice. Everything looks brand new. Has all the original. Here's the original like note for this. So I was like, okay. I punched up this into my phone. It was $15. Punched it up. So there are 2 for sale. 4 have sold. I should get 150 for this. So that's a 1 to 10. That's the spot I like to be in. $10 for every $1 that I spend. So that was like encouraging. So then I started looking more and more. Now these next 2, this is Conflict of Heroes, Price of Honor. There was a bunch of these, a bunch of different versions of this. And I think this one, if I remember right, this one is actually used. Yeah, this one is used. But this one gets good money, even used. So I was surprised. There's 1 for sale, 4 have sold of this one. And this is the Poland 1939 expansion. So you have to have the Storms of Steel, which I also have here, or the Awakening of the Bear, which I also have here. So there's a possibility I could lump all these together, although I think I would make more separating them out. But this one, even in used condition, is like going for $150. So that would be really nice to, I'm sorry, no, not 150, 140. So the next one, this one's the one that, you know, I might have not gotten if I had looked at comps. By now I was just like, I'm just gonna grab what I can find here. This one is also Conflict of Heroes, but it's the Guadalcanal. And this one is brand new. Everything inside is even sealed. Like here's the bunch of parts sealed in the plastic. What caught my attention was this is actually the limited signed edition. So I don't know if these are all like that, but this has the signatures of the makers of this game. So unfortunately, there's a bunch for sale and none sold. So so I don't know. I might be able to package this one with maybe the Price of Honor. I don't know. I got to figure that out. But I thought maybe with the signature this would be more valuable. This one was $20. So I was like, I would have been on the fence if I'd actually looked at the comps for that particular one. So the next 2 were the 2 main sets. The Conflict of Heroes, Awakening the Bear. So here comes Russia. Now these are also used, but really nice condition. Really nice inside. Everything looks great inside. The boxes look great. And I think these were weirdly priced as well. Both of them were $14.99. So I think in used condition, I shouldn't have any problem getting $50 for each of these. So that's still a pretty good turn. So the next few are where it starts to get interesting. Actually, let me pull this first one here. So up above these on the shelf, I noticed these other ones, and they were recognizable because I've seen other games like this in this kind of box format. And so I just grabbed all 4 of these out and put them in my cart. The first one, it says it's Streets of Fire, and it's these are Avalon Hill as well, which I always look for. Avalon Hill, like the Axis of Allies. So this one was $10, but what's inside is not the game. So I've got to figure out what these parts are, because these are obviously boards, maps for some game. So I've got to determine what these are. I'm sure I'll be able to there's probably a code on these or something. And then there's a few paper pieces here. And then there's also some paperwork. So these are different, a bunch of different scenarios, I guess. I don't think this is this game. It seems like there should be something else in here. I could be wrong. I'll have to do a little more work on this, but I just didn't have another one of these to look at to see what was supposed to be in here. It just doesn't seem right. If it is, that's great. If it isn't, I'll figure out something to do with it. It's still worth $10. I bet the box is worth $10. So now we get into the actual, these are actual games in here. The first one is this Red Barricades. And these are all Avalon. I think they're all Avalon. Yeah, all Avalon Hill. And these are just spectacular. Here's, as you can see, the unpunched cards, the maps. I'll still have to obviously go through, make sure everything is complete before I say they're complete. But this was $14.99. It looks like this, I shouldn't have any problem in this condition getting $70 for that. So still, that's still good. I'll take that every day. So these last two are really kind of the ones that shocked me the most, but in some ways didn't surprise me because I have seen stuff like this before. I have no idea how to say this. It's like, I'm not even sure if that must be you got me, sorry. But this one also in excellent new condition. All the paperwork's in here even, the unpunched cards, even a little envelope here, I guess, to get more information maybe. So this one, in this condition, I should have no problem at all getting 200. So this was $10. So that's even about it. That's a 50 cents to 10. And then this very last one, I did notice one issue with it, but this is a bridge too far, and it's unused. I'm assuming it's complete. Well, I shouldn't say complete because I did notice something. And I don't think they're in here, but this one card has a bottom row punched out, and I don't see those pieces. Hopefully, maybe I'll find them in another box here, but they're probably not here. They're probably gone. So that will definitely affect the value, but everything else is unpunched. This one was $10 as well. And let's say that row was in there. If that row was in there, I would have no problem getting 400. I think I can still get 300 to 400 for this one, even with the few pieces missing. Incredible. I could not believe it. Just the amount, the volume of great stuff that they had. And really I was really not going to go to Goodwill. I was going to go to that estate sale. And what was odd about the estate sale was I actually drove there yesterday. They had signs out everywhere, estate sale, estate sale. And when I got to where I could actually see the sign, because there were many of these signs, I finally got to one, and so today's Thursday. The sign actually said Thursday, Friday, Saturday only. Well, yesterday was Wednesday. So I was actually right on their street when I figured out what the sign said. So I drove to the house and I could see, yeah, there's gonna be an estate sale tomorrow. I could see tables and tarps covering tables. So I'm not one of those people that just drives up into people's driveways. It's not really the best thing to do out here. So I didn't. But after I got all this stuff, and I still got a little bit more to show you, but after I got all this stuff, I left, and because I was driving past the estate sale on my way home, I stopped there. It was later, it was like 4 o'clock, so they were open till 5. And I ended up just getting a few DVDs. I had some Blu-rays, 4K Ultras, and some 3D Blu-rays for $1 each. So I grabbed those for personal, for our collection. But the gentleman told me, oh yeah, we sold a lot of stuff. We even had people here yesterday. So kind of bummed because I probably could have gotten some great stuff there if I'd have just barged in, but I'm not like that. I can't do that. I'm not going to show up an hour early to someone's garage sale. That's not something I do. I would rather not be a reseller if I had to do it that way. So here's this stuff. Super, super excited about what I got. And the prices I paid, it didn't bother me because I knew that I would be making out on everything I bought. So I'm gonna grab a couple other things and then I'll show you the other things. So I took all this out to my car and decided I'm gonna go back in because I only ever looked at the one toy aisle. I never looked at anything else besides the electronics. So I went back in and this is what I brought. Okay, I'm back. So I got 3 more things after I went back into the store, and I wouldn't say as super great as the other stuff I got, but stuff that I know I sell. Every time I sell stuff like this, it sells. So, and the first thing was this box of Connects, and my kids had Connects. They love that stuff. I don't remember what I did with ours. I think I must have sold it at a garage sale before I was really doing reselling. But this box is just packed with parts. I typically sell these by the pound. You know, this is 9 pounds of Connects, but it's got the nice box. I think there's some paper, you know, some manuals, instructions. So this might be this actual set. It's the Connect 800 value set, whatever. I'll probably get $45 to $50 for this, just based on what I've sold Connects, bulk Connects for in the past. And this has a lot of the cool, you know, pieces and parts. And if it's got the book in here, that'll be an extra added value. So this next item, at first I thought it was new. The top was sealed, but the actual bottom is open. But this is just a, you know, vintage toy, this toss-across toy. This was $6. Oh, by the way, the Connects were 20. Yeah, 20 bucks. Oh, I'm sorry, no, $8 for the Connects. This was $6. So this, I should be able to sell this for 35 to 40 bucks plus shipping. It's got the boxes in nice shape. So that's the kind of stuff that, you know, it's hard for me to pass up stuff like that because even though there's a lot out there, they seem to sell. I might have to wait on it, but it's in nice condition. So for the price, it was worth grabbing. So this last item, this last one was the one that was $20. And I actually couldn't believe when I got home and started kind of looking up comps on these. I always, if I see slot car stuff, usually it's Aurora or Tyco or TCR, that kind of stuff. I didn't recognize this one, but I was able to kind of peer in the tote. They've got a plastic over the top of it, but I knew it was slot cars. There was a couple cars I could see, but I saw the name Carrera. So this is Carrera slot car stuff, and I just put in Carrera slot car lot, and just the track I could probably get $200 for. I don't know how many cars are in here. I just said 200. Let's just assume I can get 200. So 20 into 200, that's my magic number. I definitely see at least 2 cars. I see controllers, but this is I mean, it cracks me up almost how my local Goodwill prices stuff, because I can guarantee you that they would have like one of those super cheapo modern slot, you know, not even slot cars, just little race car sets, priced more than this. And so thankfully I was able to find this. 20 bucks, I should have no problem getting 200 more, maybe 300, depending on how many cars are in there. Just a crazy day of grabbing stuff at Goodwill. I was totally blown away. I usually rant on these videos about how horrible my Goodwill is, but today it really was, I'm trying not to say all the time. It really was a great day of thrifting there and Really enjoyed my time. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And as soon as I get a little more investigation in this, I'll give you a little more feedback on these items, what I really think their value is. But I'll try and put some screenshots up at the end of the video here so you can see some actual solds on some of this stuff. Blew my mind, and so keep your eye out for this stuff, and come and remember to join me next time.